Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's going on? So I just got done watching SHAKUR Stevenson versus CONCEICAO, and I must say that it was I'm not gonna say, I don't think the word competitive is the right word to use, because I had SHAKUR Stevenson winning every round, maybe aside from the round that he got a point deducted. But and even that round, I thought he like won the round outside of the point deduction. I don't want to say competitive, but SHAKUR Stevenson was presented with some adversity. Nothing crazy, but I thought this was one of those fights where SHAKUR Stevenson was gonna come out and make a statement. I feel like that's the mindset that he went into this fight with. Of course, he lost his titles on the scales and announced that he's going to 135. I truly believe that he wanted to make an example of out of Robson CONCEICAO, letting everybody know at 135, hey, it's a dog coming up there. On top of that, he's fighting in his hometown in Newark, New Jersey. And I say this all the time, them hometown fights, they can be trap fights at times. SHAKUR Stevenson being the professional that he is, being the sharp, intelligent fighter that he is, of course, he didn't allow himself to get too much out of character to where it cost him the fight, or put him in a position to where, the fight was hanging in the balance, and, it was more competitive than it had to be. It wasn't that type of situation, but he was extremely aggressive. This was by far the most aggressive I've ever seen SHAKUR Stevenson. The numbers showed, he had a lot of career highs, a career high in punches landed, a career high in body punches landed. And he was forcibly, walking forward and aggressively walking Robson down for the better part of the fight. They started out having a chess match. Robson chose to try to box SHAKUR Stevenson at mid to long range, which was a mistake. Even with the reach advantage, you see how well SHAKUR Stevenson masters the distance control, and without even using a whole lot of fancy footwork. Everything is just, his feet stay planted in the ground. He'll take a subtle step back, and then he'll lean back, and then he'll get right back in position. He'll make you miss a shot by the hairs on his chin, and then he'll be right back in position to land something on you. And that's what you saw for the first couple of rounds. They both were exchanging. SHAKUR Stevenson being a southpaw, he was throwing a big left. He'll tap with the jab and then try to bring a big left behind it. Robson, being an orthodox fighter, was throwing the left jab and then trying to bring a big right behind it. And after that, I think SHAKUR Stevenson caught a few of his those big rights that Robson was throwing, and he felt like, man, this dude can't hurt me. So he started to go forward aggressively and try to put on a show for the fans, his hometown. Again, he's trying to make a statement, moving up to 135. So a lot of these things could be traps for fighters. And I thought that, SHAKUR Stevenson did kind of get out of character a little bit, because most of the times he makes adjustments and he changes up his rhythm. I thought he could have switched it up a little bit, as opposed to trying to just land that. He kept going to the body, which was great early in the fight. I thought that was good, investing in the body, and you saw it started to take a toll on Robson. He was throwing that big left to the body, but I thought he could have mixed up his punch variation and his attack a little bit more, and I think he could have been a lot more effective, caused a lot more damage. Now, Robson was holding hella. He was holding hella on SHAKUR Stevenson. I didn't hear the ref warn him one time about holding, but yet you gonna take a point away from SHAKUR from body slamming the dude. You know what I'm saying? You warning him, hella times about him punching right on the belt, not below the belt, but right on the belt. Maybe a couple of them was low, but for the most part, he was punching him right on the belt. But you ain't say nothing to Robson, who was grabbing and not using it as a tie-up tactic, but he was literally holding and not trying to fight. That wasn't part of the strategy. He was just trying to survive. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell that Shakur Stevenson was frustrated about that. And again, I thought he kind of got out of character, not making the adjustments, not switching up his punch variation. It seemed like he was looking for one big knockout punch the whole fight instead of, using the jab more, sticking it to the head, to the body, breaking him down, giving him a little bit more angles, you know what I'm saying? And just boxing a little bit more, just being more fluid and giving him changing up the speed, changing up the pace of the fight instead of just fighting that same he, like I said, he did from the first 2 rounds, he did change the pace of the fight where he started to go forward on Robson. But once, he realized that, man, this dude ain't going, I can't get him out of there around round 7, round 8. I'm going to say around round 8, I thought Shakur should have made an adjustment, started to change the speed up a little bit more, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little bit of mid-range, then give him a little bit of that inside game, take it back out to the outside boxing, and then mix it up. Just change up the speeds and the paces. I thought he could have did a better job of that. But overall, it was a really solid performance of Shakur. It wasn't his best, but I thought it was nice to see him be this aggressive. And I thought Shakur Stevenson also showed his chin. He showed that he could be an exciting fighter. He showed that he's willing to fight. He showed that he got that dog in him. And Robson was throwing some really dangerous looping shots that, I'm sitting back. I'm like, oh, shit, hold on, Shakur, you got to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't, because Robson did land some decent little straight rights, landed a couple of them little looping shots on the side of the head and stuff like that. But, Shakur ate him, and he kept coming forward. You know what I'm saying? But, I thought he looked good. Wasn't as sharp as he could have possibly been, but like I said, it's a hometown fight. Sometimes guys get out of character and they want to put on a show. I tell you guys this shit all the time. That's just what it is. But I'm super excited to see Shakur Stevenson at the next level at 135. There's so much smoke up there. You got Devin Haney, the undisputed champion. He's rematching Kambosos. They say he want to fight Lomachenko after that. We'll see if Lomachenko go keep ducking or if he gonna go ahead and get in there with the dream. You know what I'm saying? Either one of those, either way it go, Shakur Stevenson has an opportunity to, get one of these guys in the ring. Maybe he can go up there and, get acclimated to the division with a Kambosos. Maybe he can go up there and get in there with a JoJo Diaz or, maybe an Isak Cruz or, you know what I'm saying, somebody like that. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How did y'all feel about Shakur Stevenson's performance? What did you think about his performance? And was it up to par? Was it everything that you expected in this fight with Robson? And what do you expect to see with him going up to 135? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.